Tell us about your strategic vision for the African continent. You've obviously got a presence here already and quite a fair presence in South Africa. Tell us more.
Absolutely. So first of all, welcome here in São José dos Campos, our headquarter of Embraer. We are a global aerospace leader. In commercial aviation today, we have more than 2,000 jet aircraft operating all around the world. More specifically in Africa, which has been one of the fastest growing regions for us, we have close to 300 aircraft in operation. That's really ranging from 50-seater ERJs over the legacy E1 generation. And now, as you can see in the background with Airlink, taking the E195 E2, we also are bringing our latest and most technologically advanced aircraft to the continent. I think there's a number of drivers behind the strong growth. First of all, we are producing very reliable aircraft, very robust. We've been on the continent now for close to 50 years. We delivered the first aircraft 47 years ago, and that aircraft actually just withdrew from service last year. So again, very robust, very reliable. The value proposition that seems to work extremely well on the continent is around connectivity and right sizing, and also the replacement of older and inefficient aircraft. And I think those three factors combined has proven to be a very strong value proposition that suits the needs of African airlines.
Tell us about the whole issue of fuel efficiency. That's quite a big deal. And you also talk about the issue of range. Tell us about why these issues are important specifically for the African continent.
Absolutely. So fuel makes up a very big portion of the operating cost of an airline, typically around 30%. And the African airlines face some of the highest fuel costs in the world, so it's very important for them to fly aircraft that consume as little fuel as possible. On the E2 family, we're bringing a lot of technological advancements, the latest generation of engines. We have done great aerodynamic improvements, especially on the wings, as you can see behind of me, that have resulted in an improvement of around 25% of fuel burn savings if you compare the E2 to the first generation. So that's exceptional. If you consume less fuel, you can fly further. And that's something that's going to give the airlines increased flexibility on how they use the aircraft. The E2 family can fly for up to 3,000 nautical miles. That's around 7 hours of operation. So this is an aircraft that, for Airlink, for instance, would be able to go non-stop from South Africa to West Africa into East African destinations. So that's great. But at the end of the day, you can go long sectors, but you can also go to very short airfields with this aircraft. It's providing a lot of flexibility. So yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic for Airlink, and we're going to see them fly on domestic markets regionally, but I'm sure Airlink will send those aircraft also onto much longer sectors in the future.
And then lastly, it comes back to the first question that I asked you. You guys have forecast how many aircraft you think that the continent could be demanding over the next 10 years, something in the region of around 300. What informs that, especially given all the challenges that we have on the continent in terms of, high debt, difficult economic situations? Where do you see that growth coming from?
Africa is a very exciting market for us, and we were just talking about the market forecast. So over the next 20 years, in the segment up to 150 seats, we actually forecast a delivery of around 380 aircraft over those next 20 years. And we, of course, want to continue to build our segment leadership. So we'll be working very hard with the airlines in order to get a big chunk of those future deliveries. What's driving it? I think there are several factors. Africa has some of the strongest growing economies around the world. Just take Nigeria, for instance, for a market, Kenya, Ethiopia, Southern Africa. In terms of the economic growth, there's a lot of continued growth moving out into the future. The population continues to grow. It's a very young continent. Around half of the population is at an average age of 20 years. So there's a increasingly high propensity to travel. And if you combine all of those factors, plus market liberalization, better access to financing for the aircraft, which could be aircraft leasing solutions or direct financing, that's some of the drivers that we believe will ultimately lead to the demand of those new aircraft well into the future.